Am I the asshole for telling a store clerk my baby died? I lost my baby at birth. She had the cord in a knot and it was an unfortunate accident. I've been grieving but today decided to start returning baby items. I started with clothing, and when asked why I was returning the clothes, I told the clerk it didn't work out. She said she had to put a specific reason for the return, so I said, my baby died, so I won't be needing clothes for her anymore. The clerk went to get her manager and the manager told me what I had said was uncalled for and pretty much told me they couldn't process my refund. I will admit I called my mom in a very angry mood and she essentially told me, I would have said the same thing. You were brutal and she didn't need to know that. You're just projecting. Am I the asshole? They demanded a detailed reason, which you gave. Then they decided it was uncalled for? It was the truth. Your very heartbreaking truth. They should have fallen all over each other apologizing to you at that point. I'm so sorry about the loss of your child and I'm sad and mad that these people were so callous instead of compassionate. Completely not the asshole. NTA, and I would strongly urge you to put them on blast all over social media. I seriously would want to know what shitty store and manager combo pulled this so I could never ever shop there. Not the asshole. Go higher up the command chain and report them to corporate. That's incredibly insensitive and rude, and they should never be put in customer service ever again. It's none of their damn business why you want to return an item, and, since they asked and you told them, they have nothing to complain about. Not the asshole. You're grieving. The company should consider this situation could come up. Their pressing for more details may be traumatizing and get unintended results. Maybe they keep the policy, but at least anticipate difficult situations. Did they not return your items due to your reasoning or because it was outside the policy, past the required time, etc.? NTA. Normally I side with customer service trying to do their job, but I feel like with returning baby stuff it should be handled sensitively. If I had received that response from you in my head I'd be like, okay, I was trying to do my job, but I would have apologized and I never would have ratted on you to the manager. The manager is ridiculous for not giving you a refund. People get refunds all the time who are way more out of line. And that is the reason. She said she needed a specific reason. When you said it didn't work out she should have read between the lines and made something up to put in that spot. I'm so sorry that you went through that loss and then was treated like that. Not the asshole. She asked for a specific reason and because the reason made them uncomfortable they got angry. I'm sorry for your loss. Not the asshole. She pushed for a reason and you gave it to her. Not sure why that was uncalled for, unless maybe she objected to the tone. Honestly, I would have expected the store manager to have treated you with more respect and kindness, too. Have you considered calling corporate to try to get your refund? I'm so sorry for your loss. First off, I'm very sorry for your loss. Not the asshole. The clerk could have simply taken your answer as, no longer needed, and then got upset when you told her the truth. Not the asshole, and for your own mother to side with a dang store over you is terrible. You have my deepest sympathies over the loss of your child. The store clerk, the manager, and your mother should all lean some basic human empathy. WTF. Not the asshole. What, exactly, should you have said instead? You tried, it didn't work out, and the clerk wouldn't let that go. Are you supposed to waste brain space while you're grieving, trying to think up a nice euphemism for a stillbirth? You should go over the store manager's head, and if they don't refund you, shame them on Twitter. They are significant other the asshole. Not the asshole. How is it, uncalled for, to answer a question, or share what happened to you? I'm very sorry that happened to you, and that the store acted like that. Please leave an online review for them. Not the asshole. I am so sorry they treated you like that. You did nothing wrong. Don't ever feel bad mentioning your baby. I am so sorry for your loss. Not the asshole, and I would take this further. The clerk is the one who pushed you for details and you gave them to her. I would not have left without that refund after being treated like that. Not the asshole. So very sorry for your loss. And why is no longer needed not a valid reason for return. Can people not read between the lines, or maybe you had a surprise baby of a different gender or any multitude of other reasons it could be no longer needed. Not the asshole, and I'm so very sorry for your loss. I'm also sorry you were treated so callously by both the store employees, and worse, your own mother. That's the absolute last thing you need. Is there a friend, family member who can return these items for you? I can't imagine how difficult this is for you, and those employees are definitely the asshole for not being more compassionate. Not the asshole. First and foremost, I am sorry for your loss and will pray for, send vibes, or whatever you believe in, your way. Now, they asked, you answered. I find it ridiculous that stores require a reason for a return if things are in unused condition. Anyway, you gave a reason and they should have gave an apology to you and quickly accepted your return and moved on. To turn you away for giving an answer to their question is stupid on their part. I would very much like to know where this was so I can avoid shopping someplace so careless in the future. Not the asshole. They asked, you answered. Not the asshole. As a cashier, I've had this happen and I did everything I could to make the return as quick and painless as possible. You did nothing wrong. I'm so sorry for your loss. Not the asshole. So sorry for your loss. WTF, not the asshole. Not the asshole. They asked and you gave an honest answer. I'm sorry for your loss. Even if you were projecting a little, that's okay. You have gone through what no parent should ever have to go through. Not the asshole. Someone who sells baby items should be trained in compassion. You were asked for a specific reason and you responded clearly but without detail. The manager and clerk were utterly without empathy. Losing a baby you clearly loved and cherished is uncalled for. What kind of world are we living in where that's the response given to a grieving mother? Nobody should need a reason to return unused baby items in the first place. It's hard enough to experience a loss so profound, never mind rehashing it every time you perform a return. I'm absolutely shocked that your mother responded the way she did, and she should be ashamed of herself. You are not at fault. You answered honestly. You were not treated with the respect you deserve, and certainly not with the compassion you require during this time. Not the asshole, and I'm so sorry about your loss. The clerk and the manager were unprofessional and cruel and had no right to treat you the way that they did. Not the asshole. If you can't handle the truth, don't fucking ask. Not the asshole. I was a manager at a store and a customer came in and said the same thing once. You best believe we processed that return quickly without another thought and offered all our condolences. I'm so sorry for your loss and that people are jerks. Not the asshole at all. This just seems extremely ridiculous me. Not the asshole. They wanted a specific reason for the returns, you gave them one. Unless you blame the clerk for your loss, then you weren't brutal. You were honest. ID file a complaint at corporate and seriously leave reviews where you can and on social media. ID want to know if a shop is that petty and treats its customers like that. Not the asshole. I'm so sorry for your loss. What store was this? I'm sure baby stores would have run into this before. I find the cashier's reason odd. Not the asshole. What the fuck? How is it not possible that the company doesn't train their employees for these kind of situations? Just imagine if you were in a worse mental situation, or this triggered a panic attack. I am so sorry for your loss. I wish you the best in sending tons of love and strength. Not the asshole. They can just put whatever in their system. Especially when you tell them a story like this, they should just get it done with ASAP and let you go. Not the asshole. Uncalled for. They literally asked. Not the asshole. Why ask for a specific reason if you don't want one? What's uncalled for is refusing to offer a refund after someone lost their baby. What is wrong with people? Not the asshole. They prodded and got mad. Not the asshole. What did they want you to do, lie to them? They shouldn't have pushed for a reason. Not the asshole. She pressed for an answer, you gave her one. I don't even understand why she would go get a manager in the first place, nor why a manager would find it uncalled for you to say a simple, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss," and just filling out the paperwork would have been fine in this situation. I would definitely contact someone above them. Sadly, there will probably be others in the same situation trying to return items, and they need to ensure they're treating people with compassion. Info. There has to have been more to the conversation than that. From where I'm sitting, saying, "My baby died, so I won't be needing clothes for her anymore," doesn't sound very brutal, so I don't understand your mom's position. That having been said, I definitely agree with the other poster about blasting them on social media for requesting a specific reason why you're returning the items and then refusing to issue the refund because they didn't like the reason. Not the asshole. I would also go as far as calling the corporate and telling them about this situation. I know that sounds Karen-like, but I feel like with this situation you should have your refund and an apology. WTF, this is not the asshole. I am very sorry for your loss. What they did was wrong, stupid and absolutely not customer-oriented. If you do not want to know the answer, don't ask questions. Not the asshole, I'm sorry for your loss, and if anything was uncalled for, it was their reaction. Not the asshole. The store clerk and the managers were assholes. F them. Sorry to hear about your loss. Not the asshole. This seems like a situation of someone telling you they could handle a drink and then throwing up on themselves. Not your fault that they got what they asked for. What on earth? Not the asshole. They were jerks. Not the asshole. I normally defend retail employees, having been one myself, but this is something I would definitely call corporate about. You need to report what happened to corporate. Not the asshole. And yes, you need to blast them and go up. The really fucked up things is that this could be anticipated. Babies do in fact die. You cannot be the first person in this situation. They need to re-examine their policies to get a reason, as often the reason can be tragic. Maybe they thought the baby had worn the clothing then died. That is the only thing I might be able to think might make it not so bad. Frankly, I think you would be fine to open with, "My baby died, I need to return this and I don't want to talk about it." You upset them? WTF. They asked for a specific reason and you gave one. Which caused you even more upset. I'd contact head office and complain about your treatment. You are well within your rights. I'm so sorry for your loss. Oh, and you are so not the asshole. Love sent. Screams not the asshole into a megaphone. I've had 11 miscarriages in my lifetime. I feel your pain, and I'm proud of you for continuing on. I can't imagine the grief that you're coping with. Fuck everyone who says anything negative about you, what you said, or what you projected. If I were you, I'd go above them to the patriarch, good ol' corporate. I bet they would love to hear what heartless ignorant assholes they've employed, and give you your refund. If not, you could always donate them to a women's shelter. I bet that would make someone's day to receive clothes they couldn't afford or something. Spread some love, it might help you heal. That's what I sporadically do with my late husband's things. Hang in there, heart. Not the asshole. I'm so incredibly sorry for your loss. The clerk had no right to treat you that way in any shape or form. There is such a thing as human decency. I used to work in a shoe store as a retail assistant cashier. One day this woman came in wearing this really vibrant Hawaiian shirt, asking about a pair of sandals to match it. I asked her about her shirt and it turns out her husband has just passed away and it was for his funeral. It broke my heart. I went to my manager too, but instead of attacking her in her moment of grief, we rallied around her and all gave our condolences and tried to help her find a pair of sandals. We couldn't help her find what she was looking for, but even though we were perfect strangers, we were still there for her. I think about her from time to time. I hope she's doing okay. Not the asshole. As someone who was in retail, I hated it when people told about their problems like this. Asked a dude how he was once and he responded with, "My dad died today." I was shocked and had no idea what to say, so all I said was "I'm sorry" and then told him his total. It was awkward. But they demanded you give them a reason. They should have kept their mouths shut and not ask if they didn't want to know. I'd also like to point out that even though I don't like people telling me their problems, I'm still always as polite as possible and give condolences, because you just can't be a dick like that to people. You never know whose day you could make 100% worse. The employee and the manager need to be spoken to. I'd go above their heads and contact their corporate bosses and ask that they're spoken to about their behaviors. Edit to add. I'm so sorry for your loss. Not the asshole. The store clerk asked a question and she received an answer that she should have felt sympathy for and apologized. So you're absolutely not the asshole. I'm so sorry for your loss, op. Things will be tough, but you're very strong.